Hey my loves, we have science today and we are still talking about the seashore, God's plan for the seashore. So go ahead, grab your science book. We're going to open it to page 77 today. We're going to open it to page 77. So grab your book, open it to page 77. If you need to pause the video until you grab your book, that's totally okay. And then press play when you're ready. So today we are going to start talking about the animals of the seashore. Last time we talked about what is the seashore. Today we're going to start talking about the animals of the seashore. So in your book it says, I like to hunt seashells. Little animals used to live inside each seashell. So that is super cool. Every time you go to the beach and you see little shells, you got to remember that there was an animal living there at one point. Now the shells are empty. Hermit crabs like to hunt for shells too. When they outgrow their shells, they will find new ones. We can find their empty shells on the beach. So as they're growing, they need to get bigger shells. So they hunt for them as well. So that when they don't fit in theirs anymore, they go and they find a new one. That is super cool. Our second grade teacher here, Mrs. Gonzalez, I don't know if she still has it in her classroom, but she used to have a hermit crab in her classroom as a class pet. So if you get to go to second grade, you might be able to get a hermit crab as a class pet for second grade. It's so cool, so fun. The kids love it. So that's something fun to do. Every time you go to the sea, you go to the beach, you can look for shells and think about which one would a hermit crab fit in. That would be a fun game to play next time you're at the beach with your family. Now flip it over to page 78. Page 78, we're going to talk about fish. What special sound do you hear in the word fish? Sh and ship, yes, awesome job. So God created fish in all shapes, colors, and sizes. A fish uses gills to breathe under the water, and fins help a fish swim. Most fish live in groups, and the groups are called schools. How fun is that? Groups of fish are called schools. So there are many different types of fish, as it says here. If you've ever gone to the Boston Aquarium, I'm sure you've seen lots of different types of fish, or even the pet store. Petco or PetSmart, they have lots of fish there. You can see all different kinds. So here in this picture, we have clownfish. These are clownfish, just like Nemo, if you've ever seen that movie. And then we have cow-nosed rays. And these are like Dory. These are called blue surgeonfish. And then here we have Atlantic spadefish. And then here we have tiger sharks. And then the last one is a barracuda. So these are just a few examples of different types of fish that you can see. But there are so many other kinds with so many other colors. There are pink fish, there are orange fish, there are yellow fish, there are green fish. There are shiny fish. And they have little tiny fish and big great fish. So all sorts of different fish. And their groups are called schools. And then on page 79, that's the last one we're talking about today, we're talking about crabs. So a crab is a funny little animal. He has 10 legs. How many legs? 10 legs. So we know for sure it's not an insect, because insects have how many? 6. Yes. So I know crabs aren't insects anyways, but I just wanted to make sure that you remembered how many legs insects have. So a crab has 10 legs, and 2 of them are pinchers. His eyes are on stems, and when he runs sideways. So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's actually funny to see crabs running, because they go from side to side, they run sideways. A crab likes to fight. He likes to pinch, and a fun fact is if his leg is bitten off, he will grow a new one. So it's important that to know that even though crabs can grow another leg, There are very few animals that can. But it's just to show us that God takes care of all his creatures. Even the crabs who like to fight, God still takes care of them and will let them grow a new leg if one is bitten off. So, these are funny little animals. Like I said, in second grade, it's very likely that if you go to second grade here, you might have a hermit crab as a class pet. And they're very fun to look at. And they're very cool animals to see at the beach. But anyway, so these are, this is some of the animals of the seashore. Of course, we didn't talk about all of them. These are some of them. And then next time, we're going to talk about some more animals, and you're going to have something to do. And this is it for science today, kiddos.